Did 50 Cent get the last laugh against all of his haters, against all of his naysayers, against the Diddy documentary, y'all? Let's talk. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking 50 Cent, aka Jake Unit. Sorry, I had to. AKA Curtis Jackson, AKA, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get into it because has 50 Cent gotten the last laugh against all of his haters? As you guys know, because I'm not going to assume y'all been paying attention to all of the things, right? So 50 Cent at the end of last year put out a documentary against, Diddy. Now, he was one of the executive producers. He was not the director or any of the things, but he was one of the executive producers on the Netflix documentary for an expose of sorts against, Diddy, right? Called Sean Combs' The Reckoning. And it was number one for several weeks in several countries, you know what I'm saying? And dominated the last quarter of last year on Netflix, was giving record numbers, record views, all of the things. And the thing of it was, we didn't even really scratch the surface of all the potential tea that is out there on Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But it did enough to tie the past and the present together as far as to why things have unfolded the way that they have for Diddy, right? Ultimately, what had happened, right? There was a lot of people who were against it. I believe Cedric the Entertainer was against it. However, y'all didn't, you know what I'm saying? That didn't go viral. Marlon Wayans was highly against the documentary. It was talking about why do we got to tear black men down, right? You know what I'm saying? And that led into a public beef with 50 Cent for quite some time until Marlon Wayans' brothers got involved and said, listen, look at here. We got Scary Movie coming out next summer. You know what I'm saying? We got to think about our checks as well. We got to think about our image and our reputation. And if there's any hint that 50 Cent's got some legitimate tea against us, we need to shut this down, right? So they shut it down and recently have been spotted together making amends because Marlon said he was not going to say 50 Cent's name anymore and was going to say 5 dimes. But it seems that they've all reconciled, right? All right. Then we have Dame Dash, who also was throwing shade, felt that it was too far, that this was tearing down a black man and all of this and all of that. We have T.I., who was not happy, but then there was a separate beef because he kept going on interviews talking about an imaginary versus between him and 50 Cent that was supposed to take place that never did. So ultimately, you couple that with the success of the Diddy documentary, and they have a public back and forth. And it seems out of all of the public back and forth thus far, T.I. was really the only person that was able to capitalize, getting interviews at Billboard, was able to release multiple diss tracks, was able to, get a successful tour announced, was able to perform at the Atlanta Hawks game and all of these opportunities, right? And then we have the infamous battle with, Fabulous, Mano, Jim Jones, and everybody else who was not happy, you know what I'm saying, with the Diddy documentary, felt as though, why aren't we, going after Harvey Weinstein or Jeffrey Epstein and all this? Why does it always have to be our own people? And so then 50 Cent found out where they were holding their podcast at and decided to become their landlord. Decided to buy the building that their podcast was at, saw that they also were having issues paying their utilities because their next episode, it was freezing in there. And ultimately what happened was one day they showed up to where their podcast films and the keys changed. The keys were not working for them. And Jim Jones was trying to kick down the door. To get into the podcast studio. And that was it. And that was all. You know what I'm saying? That they had to redirect. So what happened was they put out a couple of diss records. I believe Fabulous had one and Mano was on one against 50 Cent. 50 Cent paid them dust, right? And the most viral, I guess, if you will, beef was the 50 Cent versus Pap of it all. But those of y'all who know, that beef did not start this year. That beef actually started several years ago, back when Pap decided to be an active husband to Remy Ma, right? And so ultimately, now he is an estranged husband to Remy Ma. And he decided, you know what I'm saying? He and Claressa were going to get offended by an AI video of a movie that superimposed AI generated their images that exposed the dynamics of their entanglement. And Pap, you know what I'm saying? Claressa was pressuring him, like, you got to do something. You did it when it was your wife. When he said something about your wife all those years ago, you got to come out and defend me and da 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 da, right? So eventually, Pap comes out to really defend himself and throw shade at 50 Cent, try to call him, you know what I'm saying, homosexual, and doing all these memes as 50 Cent's face is on, you know, it superimposed, photoshopped on top of a dancing woman and twerking woman. Then 50 Cent goes back and makes fun of Pap's hairline and all this and all of that and says, basically, I am not going to go in the studio against somebody who does not even have a hit, who has been in this game for how many decades and has yet to have an actual hit. It is not worth it. You are not worth it, right? So ultimately, you know what I'm saying? Pap, I think, with that, shut down, disappeared. Claressa kept getting online saying, listen, look at here. You know what I'm saying? I will take one for the team, even though I've got a fight coming up in February. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that nothing's really happened, that Pap's not defending me enough. So Claressa decides to insert herself into the beef, and then that's when 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying, is like, well, maybe Pap should ask you what happened, what went down with you and Maserati Bud. And then we have the whole introduction of the Maserati Bud of it all and everything else. And then all HLL has gone loose. In the meantime, in between time, Pap releases a diss record that is using 50 Cent's beat. Right? And, you know, you know what I'm saying? It had a little bit of motion, but not really, right? It came and went, right? It came and went just like all of Pap's records do. They come and go. But that's the summary. 50 Cent said that he was done dealing with Claressa, that, you know, she has a fight coming up or whatever the case may be back in February. So he was over it. Claressa and Pap were still throwing jabs. And then after the fight, Pap released another diss record. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get some attention. But again, nobody cared. Nobody cared. So I say all that to say 50 Cent has 3 Emmy nominations and said the following on the Instagrammies. Everybody had something to say when I announced it. Now the Emmys got something to say too, with laughing emoji. 3 Emmy nominations for Sean Combs' The Reckoning. You can't argue with the work. Hashtag Netflix, hashtag G-Unit Film and TV. 2026 Emmy Award nominations. Outstanding documentary or nonfiction series. Outstanding directing for a documentary / nonfiction program. Outstanding picture editing for a nonfiction program. So 50 Cent, all those haters, all those people that were mad at him, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, all of y'all that criticized him for saying that he went too far with the Diddy documentary, as if he was responsible for everything that was in that documentary when he was simply the executive producer. You have no smoke for the director or anybody else that was a part of this. You only have smoke for 50 Cent because you know 50 Cent has motion, and 50 Cent is the male algorithm, the counterpart to Remy Ma being the female algorithm as it pertains to the culture, right? And so basically 50 Cent is tooting his horn a little bit and saying, look at me. Look at me. All of y'all got on all those podcasts trying to throw shade, saying I was tearing a black man down, saying I needed to let go of the fact that Diddy was with my baby mama and all this and all that. And it was nothing but success. I was number one in almost every single country that has Netflix. You know what I'm saying? And now I got 3 Emmy nominations in y'all faces. In y'all faces, I am the one that got the last laugh. I am the one with all of the motion. I am the one that is being recognized for my work and my contributions to the documentary, while all of y'all were crying on all those podcasts, while all of y'all were trying to throw shade and do memes at me on social media because I told y'all to get the strap and watch on Netflix my documentary and keep it number one for several weeks, for several months, and all of the things. And now where is everybody at? Where's everybody at? Are y'all going to accuse 50 Cent of buying the nominations? Or are y'all going to accuse 50 Cent of this being all politics? You know what I'm saying? Like where's everybody at? Where's everybody that has something to say about this documentary? And where are y'all documentaries at? Ja Rule, where's y'all documentary at? You know what I'm saying? T.I., where's y'all documentary at? Dame Dash, where's y'all documentary? Marlon Wayans, where's y'all documentary at? You know what I'm saying? All y'all had all that to say about 50. Pap, where's your documentary at? You know what I mean? Where is it? Claressa, where's your documentary? Where is it? You know what I'm saying? Or is it because y'all did not have the capital to do this, to do what 50 Cent did, and partner with the entire team responsible for Sean Combs' The Reckoning documentary? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So congrats to 50 Cent for his 3 Emmy nominations. Where are y'all Emmy nominations at? That all y'all that came for him. All y'all that was dragging this documentary. Oh, don't tear down a black man. Don't tear down a black man. Da-da-da-da-da-da. As if trying to excuse Diddy's behavior. As if y'all were trying to excuse how Diddy was moving. And like I said, they didn't even scratch the surface. 50 Cent said that he could make a part 2, a part 3, a part 4, and on and on and on about future Diddy documentaries. And now he is a 3-time Emmy Award nominated. So what y'all got to say? What y'all got to say? He's coming for that EGOT. You know what I'm saying? He is coming for that EGOT. I expect some, 50 Cent Productions now to get involved into the Broadway of it all and to now try to do some Oscar bait content as well. Watch it, because he already has Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Now he's coming for the Emmy. Do not be surprised if you see some of his productions into a play. What if they turn Power into a play? You know what I'm saying? What if they turned 50 Cent's, life story a play? You know what I'm saying? Into a play. Because I feel like that's where we're heading. We're heading for the EGOT status. While everybody was hating, we're heading towards the EGOT of it all. And don't forget, 50 Cent also had announced that he had other deals. He had the Planet Hollywood deal and the deal with Hulu as well. The $75 million deal and the $100 million deal as a result of the success of the Diddy documentary and all of the things, y'all. So with that, without further ado, that was it for this video. Do me the biggest favor, and that is to hype the video, please. There is that. That is it. That is all. It's Todos es final. It's finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post some content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.